You're offensive. Police lives matter?
You have the same sticker.
We're just trying to
What?
You guys have the same sticker of the other.
But this is our space.
We've got a Police Lives Matter sticker and we're getting kicked out. Can't do school. You just said we have to leave.
No, I said you're making the space uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
But you're white. Do you understand what a multicultural space? It means you're not being centered.
White's not a culture?
No, it's not a culture. It's white is not a culture. Say it again to the camera. You think whiteness is a culture?
This is insane.
So anyway, this is the violence that ASU does, and this is the type of people that they protect.
Violence.
Okay, this white man thinks he can take up our space, and this is why we need a multicultural space, because they think they can get away with this shit.
I'm gonna sit here the whole
What if the roles were reversed?
That's cool. We will.
What if the roles were reversed? This is a black. Is that a in here? You dirtying up our clean air. Get out of here.
University of Texas students are feeling the effects of that new state law, Senate Bill 17. It went into effect back on January the 1st. It bans diversity, equity, and inclusion offices, which many students consider a safe space on campus. Now, barely a week into the new semester, students say the new law is impacting more than just campus offices. KVU's Kelsey Sanchez joins us here in the studio tonight to explain. Kelsey.
Good evening, Brian. University faculty members say there's a lot of misconceptions about what exactly is in the law and how to implement it. But students say it's now affecting student groups and milestone events. Wow. Devastating, twisted, disheartening. Those are just some of the words written on social media posts to describe how SB 17 is affecting some UT Austin students and alumni.
It's definitely heartbreaking.
The new state law bans diversity, equity, and inclusion offices at the University of Texas. It also takes away certain organizations. And students say it's affecting cultural graduation ceremonies. Ceremonies many students were looking forward to.
I mean, it's kind of sad, but with the cancellation of DEI, you're going to see much more rollbacks. Like, this is just like the start of it, and them closing the center altogether.
It's just a time to celebrate our goals and our successes. So I definitely felt a sense of loss, I would say.
SB 17, which
So they had their own graduation?
1st,
Oh, I'm tripping. Did I just hear that? Or I was tripping?
You're right. No, they do. This weekend actually was my first time finding out that at certain schools they have a black and brown graduation and a white graduation.
That's crazy.
At USC, my cousin's graduated from there, and he's like, "Yeah, I gotta go to 3 graduations." I was like, "What you mean? Like, why?" And he was like, "From like the department." I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "And then the black and brown one." I was like,
Who created that?
I guess everyone.
That's pretty dumb.
Okay,
I'd rather just graduate with everyone.
Isn't that segregation?
Obviously. And then they gonna say that they're being racist.
And y'all the beige people, but then that's
weird, bro.
They don't do that in the South. Well, they do that at Texas, but it's at Austin. So
Weird Austin.
Yeah.
So
why did this girl say
Louisiana
that she felt a feeling of loss? The other girl,
Because
this girl
they think that DEI is something that's necessary.
Yeah.
They've been taught and conditioned to think that it's necessary.
You remember when Candace said that one time? She wasn't talking about this situation, it was a different situation, but she was talking about when you give somebody special treatment for a long time and then you stop giving it to them, they think they're oppressed.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you want to know that you got in the university not because of DEI though?
That's what I was.
But that's what I'm trying to figure out. I thought that's what she meant though.
I think most people
they're taking away like the organization.
I think they wouldn't care.
They're taking away their building or their room or whatever, I guess.
They took away the DEI, and there's an anti-DEI law in Texas, so now the DEI departments are closing.
See, because that is weird. So is that a room like if you're not black or you can't go in there?
But
like,
what messed me up is if you supposed to be diverse in equity and inclusion, when you want everybody together.
I personally don't think I would want to graduate away from my classmates just because they're not black or brown. I think that's
kind of weird, bro.
Especially
extremely weird.
Especially like if we in group projects and going to class together and all that stuff, like, and we all graduate at the same time. I would want to graduate with everybody.
See, well, at USC, I know they got everyone one, but then there's only a black and brown one.
That's pretty stupid.
And I think that like Asians go to that one too. Anybody who's not white, pretty much. So I was like,
that's pretty stupid.
Well, that's racism.
It is.
Oh, that is weird.
Reverse racism, man.
What, did they do something different at the other graduation that just make them want to go to that one?
Maybe maybe they.
No,
I said maybe they shucking and jiving.
Shake that ass, shake that. No, it's fine. Come on.
Sexy Red.
Come on.
They
Come on.
probably is. No.
Austin is reportedly getting ready to lay off as many as 60 employees who were in diversity, equity, and inclusion-related jobs at the university.
It's a byproduct of Senate Bill 17, the state's ban on DEI initiatives at public universities. It comes a week after the state senator who wrote the bill warned university system leaders about not complying with it. KVU's Darren Shaharan spoke with students about these changes tonight. She joins us now live from campus with more. Darren Isha.
Hold on now.
Quita and Brian, students told me over 1,000 of them got together in a private meeting tonight to talk about how to stop this. Like many of those possibly 60 staff members, they were shocked because everyone was under the impression that these jobs were secure. UT students are mobilizing after learning that some staff members will be fired because of the trickle-down effect of SB 17, which bans diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives at public universities.
Honestly, I cried and I was angry. A lot of people are upset. All of my group chats are raging, all of the group me's, all of the slacks, everybody is raging.
They say the people and experiences close to them are being ripped away. According to our partners at the American Statesman, at least 60 staff members who were previously in DEI roles have been notified that their last day is at the end of the semester. In a letter to the UT community, President Jay Harsel wrote in part, quote, "To reduce overlap, we are closing the Division of Campus and Community Engagement and redistributing the remaining programs," end quote. That division used to be DEI related and, like similar departments, had to change its name in January because of the new law.
This is just Texas. Texas does not want us here. Texas has never wanted us here.
Christiana McAfee with the Black Student Alliance says a lot of the DEI related jobs are filled with people who look like her.
I couldn't get accepted at Texas.
These are our only letters of recommendation. These are the only people that we can get close enough with to build a further relationship with us.
A lot of them were just there for me and gave me a lot of resources and were always there when I was unsure of what to do or if I just wasn't feeling right about something.
Harsel also says staff members whose positions are being eliminated.
Maybe maybe sometimes I'm like, let me try to think about this from another perspective.
Me too. I try to do that.
And I'm like, I cannot just sit here and say that like I need special treatment because of any reason. I don't need that. But maybe maybe I'm not. I guess I'm not black, so maybe black people feel different. They're like, I need special treatment. I'm not as smart. I'm not as good. That's what. Do they feel like that?
Because that's what
that doesn't make
that's
sense.
What they on TV whining about.
Like if you're not comfortable enough to go to the school that's diverse in itself,
but I feel like that's what
they just do that.
They already have exactly, but I feel like they already have stuff like the sororities and the fraternities. They already kind of do that.
There's
already.
A bunch of stuff.
They're already pretty segregated in that.
They are.
No, so anybody can join those.
I know, but I'm talking about it's black and white.
There's a white Kappa at UL.
But that's a.
Is it rare, Brandon?
That's rare.
No, it's not.
I'm keeping it. I haven't seen no white Delta.
Why you saying I'm a Kappa like you not black?
Oh, well, you saying it's rare? I'm telling you, as a Kappa, it's not that rare. There's white Kappas.
Not that rare.
I've never seen it in my life,
brother.
I ain't gonna lie, I seen white Kappas before.
Sororities. I'm saying sororities are pretty segregated.
No, they're not. I know white AKAs.
I don't.
You say, but the way you're saying it, you already saying like it's rare. Like, I
mean, it's a historically black Greek organization. It was started during the time. It was started during segregation because we weren't allowed to join theirs, so we created our own.
But do white people join it? A lot of white people join it.
Yes, there's white people that join.
But
I wouldn't say a lot, but there's white people that join.
A segregated group. It's not like you all can't come in.
I mean, everybody knows there's white frats. There's black frats.
At our old school, this new line wasn't any white people in it. No, it's pretty segregated. Well, they had a white fraternity. Was it a black person in that sorority in their line?
They do have
probably not. Maybe
a little bit. There's definitely black kids that join the white and white sorority.
It's doing it in math classes.
Yeah.
He was black. It's not like they're excluded.
No, it's not. No, you can't do that.
So it's not like it's intentionally segregated.
No, it's not intentionally. But
so like you're using that as an example of segregation is wrong because it's not like they're like, oh, white people can't join us.
No, it's not like that.
I'm saying you gonna be a rare one.
Yes.
Because like even at like a white school like at Oklahoma, like you look at the white frats, like I would not like they got probably a couple mixed dudes, you know. But I ain't
that's
seen no
where you reside
dreadheads. I seen no dreadheads in the white frats.
Like, yeah, of course you just can't come in. That's
And
like,
I remember at OU there was a white frat who got in trouble because they were literally chanting something.
Oh,
like
they said there will never be a SAE is
Yeah.
what they said.
And they were so it's like
you know what? I mean, that's wrong. I ain't mad at you, but
that.
I mean, you know, that's our group. To me,
No, it's definitely wrong, but it
definitely
just shows
segregated.
that they are segregated. Yeah,
Like, you know, of course we can come into a white neighborhood, but they can't tell us we can't come in. But it's a white neighborhood, same thing.
I've seen neighborhoods are different, but
I mean it is, but you know, saying it's example
Yeah,
sets,
yeah.
you know.
Organization.
Yeah, country clubs, great example.
I don't really like how they acting like just a DEI initiative is like the only way a black person can find like resources from like outside of professors.
They got student services.
We ain't have no DEI at UL, and all the professors treated me like they treated everybody else. So I could call them. They gave me their cell phone number. They said, call me whenever you need something.
But we have student services at our universities. There's multiple opportunities to get any help, any person. If you actually you feel like you getting mishandled, it's people there at the university. You just got to go reach out and find them.
Yeah, it's annoying to listen to them complain and whine
at
like
a place
this. Like
of
it's the end of the world.
At a place of education, something like this can't go on regardless.
yeah. And I feel like if you went around and you interviewed all these people one by one, do you need special treatment? Do you need special treatment? They would all say no.
But what type of special treatment were they getting though?
The whole exclusive building, exclusive this and that.
Oh well, yeah.
Then no one else.
We need people that look like me. This is the only place.
They had 60 employees.
The only place they can feel safe. And
I just think that's bullshit, honestly.
How do y'all feel about like country clubs though? You know, Chris Paul and them tried to get in the country club in the Woodlands and they denied them.
Did they?
Yeah, I remember that story.
Was it the Woodlands or was it New
It
Orleans?
was in the Woodlands.
Oh yeah, that's wrong then.
That's racist, bro.
Yeah, you know we gonna call that on both sides.
Yeah, we gonna call it spades.
But I mean, it might have been in New Orleans, but it was one of them.
I think it was in New Orleans.
I remember.
Because
Yeah,
Ross told us
I
that
think it
story.
happened. I know somebody that happened to in the Woodlands.
In New Orleans.
It happened. Yeah, I know somebody that happened to in the Woodlands too. So these country clubs do it too. But you know, it's like it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong.
I think either side. If you don't let nobody in, you know that we should just all just.
Yeah, that's why all these buildings have to shut down. I agree with them shutting down.
I'm just confused about the separate graduation. That in itself is the worst.
Let's get to more of that. It's more
That's the worst part
clips.
to me. The other buildings, I could see why they feel like that.
Anything
I can feel
dividing's done, bro.
Cause like okay,
let me look up one thing one stat just about USC. I want to see the demographic. Like I feel like they have a lot of like different races there.
USC.
Mm-hmm. 45% of USC undergrads identify as people of color.
Damn, man, what was wrong?
Are they mostly Asian?
14 international, 21% are Asian, 13 Hispanic, 6 black.
I knew it.
6%.
About 50 something white.
So it's damn near, it's close.
55% white.
So hold on.
Yesterday.
So they're taking their buildings away from them, or they just taking the
closing
program?
the DEI building.
Yes.
Because they closed the program, so they don't need the building anymore. So
So-
they're probably going to repurpose the building for something else.
So what they did inside, like
I wonder what they
They
did
just
too.
did the DEI jobs. Like everyone who holds a DEI position, their office is probably in that building.
so like
Wow. It says
What they
USC
do-
is only 27% white.
Really?
That's what this says right here on treatment. The enrolled student population at the University of Southern California is 27.3% white, 19% Asian, 15% Hispanic, 5%.
And you looked that up to say about the graduation, the separate graduation thing?
Yeah, that would make the white people the minority at that school.
27%, that's the highest demographic.
We
That
acting like
wouldn't
we
make
don't
them the
know.
minority.
Well, if you group brown and black people and say this is y'all all together,
Well, yeah.
versus the white people, there's less of them than there is of y'all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
it's sad to still see that everybody in the double digits.
That doesn't make sense.
It does, none of this makes sense. That's the problem here. That's why this has to disappear.
I just maybe it was the way I just don't see like I never felt like I needed a pat on the ass from nobody.
But they're at the University of Texas, one of the best universities.
I couldn't even get accepted in the University of
come on
Texas.
For most of us black students, these are our only letters of recommendation. These are the only people that we can get close enough with to build a further relationship with us.
And a lot of them were just there for me and gave me a lot of resources and were always there when I was unsure of what to do or if I just wasn't feeling right about something.
Harsel also says staff members whose positions are being eliminated
So they don't know how to
can
take
apply
adversity
to
talking to other
existing
people.
open positions at the university.
Yes.
And just 40 minutes ago, House Speaker Dade Phelan issued a statement on social media saying the DEI ban was meant to, quote, cultivate and an education system that celebrates diversity of thought while also ensuring every student, regardless of their background, has an equal opportunity to succeed, end quote. And he applauds today's action by UT.
I don't think that's a bad quote, honestly.
I agree with the quote.
Staff members will
But
be
she
fired,
fine.
but I know
Sorry.
that the
She
students
is.
say they worry that some of the classes that they love will be next to go. They hope that the community
Classes?
will rally behind them. Live at the University of Texas, I'm Darrenisha Heron.
Morgan Freeman said, to end racism, stop talking about it. DEI building creates racism. Simple as that. They don't see that.
You have a better. You're offensive. Police lives matter.
You have the same sticker.
We're just trying to do
What?
You guys have the same sticker of the other.
But this is our space.
We've got a Police Lives Matter sticker and we're getting kicked out. Can't do school. Yeah, you just said we have to leave.
No, I said you're making this
You
space
said it makes me feel
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
But you're white. Do you understand what a multicultural space? It means you're not being centered.
White's not a culture?
No, it's not a culture. It's white is not a culture. Say it again to the camera. You think whiteness is a culture?
This is insane.
So anyway, this is the violence that ASU does, and this is the type of people that they protect.
Violence.
Okay, this white man thinks he can take up our space, and this is why we need a multicultural space, because they think they can get away with this shit.
I'm gonna sit here the whole
What if the roles were reversed?
That's cool. We will.
What if the roles were reversed? This is a black. Is that a in here? You dirtying up our clean air. Get out of here. This is the problem. This is.
Why she
This
just
is
didn't walk
another
past
form of
them?
mental illness to me.
This starts in the home.
Why she just
It
didn't walk
starts in the
past
home.
them and just sat in their own place and did your work?
Nobody would have bothered nobody. Like,
dude,
you know
this
they're
guy's
white and they support the police, so we need to get them out of here. That's insanity.
But I can see why they probably felt some
he,
type of
he,
way.
he took it way better than I would have took it if I was him.
I think them two boys kind of wanted them to do that.
Bro, no, they just in there doing homework.
No, they probably is doing homework, but like he know his school, right? They probably know their school.
They're
And both
Arizona
of them-
State. They
Look
say
at his
ASU.
shirt. Look at his shirt. So you know
What does his shirt say?
Don't vote for Joe Biden. So like
It says did not vote. For
Oh,
Joe
did not
Biden.
vote for. Oh yeah, okay. Did not vote for Joe Biden. So I you know.
But you know what? They're doing this because of probably all these things that happen. So they're like, okay, well, let's just,
But
it's cool to troll.
Yeah. I feel like he just probably trolling. But
would you let it bother you?
No, I don't care.
No one here would let it bother them.
But we
have brains.
Not brains. We don't be using this.
Even that, like, how does that affect my heart in any way?
Man, because I really don't feel like white kids that are paid to go to school somewhere using a building that's implemented to study would offend me in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
if they literally sitting there minding their business quietly, I don't give a damn.
We all pay the same tuition.
I'm like, what's up?
So we should all be able to use the same buildings.
Like, bro, you pay.
If y'all want
the
to use the same building, y'all need to pay an extra little thousand.
Like just because they white, like they could be Polish. They
But you know what?
they multicultural. They got European Polish culture.
I'm glad that bill has been canceled.
Me too. Nah, facts.
You have the same sticker.
We're just trying to do school.
That was
What?
so funny.
You guys have the same sticker of the other.
But this is our space.
We've got a Police Lives Matter sticker and we're getting kicked out. Can't do school. Yeah, you just said we have to leave.
No, I said you're making this
You
space
said it makes me feel
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
But you're white. Do you understand what a multicultural space? It means you're not being centered.
White's not a culture?
No, it's not a culture. It's white is not a culture. Say it again to the camera. You think whiteness is a culture?
This is insane.
So anyways, this is the violence that ASU does, and this is the type of people that they protect. Okay, this white man thinks he can
Arizona
take up our
State?
space, and this is why we need a multicultural space, because they think they can get away with this shit.
I'm gonna sit here the whole time and you can find somebody to kick me out.
That's cool. We
We're
will.
not kicking you out. We're asking you to leave if you have any consideration for people of color and or marginalized.
I would have flipped them off.
Yeah, the whole rest of the campus, the second floor, the first floor, the whole MU, every single part of the campus centers you. This is the only space that you're not centered, and you're still trying to center yourself, which is peak white cis male bullshit.
And the so-called multicultural space is reportedly a study hall that has not been designated as a place for the marginalized. We should note one of the most common opinions is that if two white males went aggressively after a black female student to get out of their racial space, we'd hear a whole lot more about this.
Damn right you would.
Tucker.
You would.
Be there in about 8 minutes. That's true. Trace Gallagher, great to see you. Thank you.
The roles in these states are reversing so much. Like in Louisiana, bro, I really didn't feel nothing like, especially on campus. There was no like white, black, like it was everybody's in there together.
Well, they did have different organizations for black people.
No, I know, but like you wouldn't get kicked out of there if you were white. No one would have said anything.
Bro, there's all type of organizations. There's like a whole week of school where you can start a club and you have to go through the SGA. They have to approve it, or you can join the club.
You know what's crazy?
I don't really think that.
Like think about Lanyap Day. Everybody was out there together just vibing.
Yeah, we was vibing
like,
too different with the crawfish.
Everybody just gets together, and that's supposed to be the Louisiana, the most racist state. But then I had California.
I personally had a great time out in Louisiana.
That's insane.
I love
Louisiana. They call it the bull.
Before we got on this wave, I remember our coach even said, imagine if they had a white organization. And this is before I knew any of this.
Yeah, I had no argument for that.
Yeah,
I had no argument for that. I was like,
you're kind of right, coach.
I was like, never thought about that. No. I ain't thinking about that either.
Yeah, he
if
did.
we want to be even, then let's be even.
Yeah, that's the only way.
What make it more crazy? He went to
they want special treatment.
A historical black college.
He went to PV.
Huh? He used to say the teachers at the schools used to be so upset with how the students would act. They'd be like, you don't know what we went through to be able to have this, and y'all just take it for granted.